It's a little bit late getting started. And Aquatics will take the first swim off. Just the beginning in Newport, Greenwich. Big game. In the water, Ewald. Ewald passing over to Sogard. Over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski on the strong side. Over to Sogard. Sogard looking. Finds Ole. Ole fires, blocked, and offensive foul. So we're sorry for the delay. We're catching up with some of the folks from Newport, nice families. Kaczynski, Ole, Sogard. Man up situation, Greenwich. Sogard looking. Kaczynski, Ole, Nelson. Over to Kaczynski. He's going to fire it. He does. It's blocked. And now we'll go back the other way. Welcome to this match. Newport is in white caps. They are defending the western goal. Greenwich is in dark. Looking over, long pass. Kaczynski will reel it in for Aquatics. And now we'll go back the other way. Sorry, we're getting everything set here a little bit late. Mealy will distribute. Beginning of the first period, 5:54 to go, scoreless. Over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski looking up the pool. Finds the pass short. And now we'll go the other way. Newport in white. Tough game for sure. Kaczynski comes in with a steal. And nice job by Charlie K, cap 6. Over to Mealy. Mealy distribute. Mealy. Looks like Ewald. Kaczynski with the ball. And across. Sogard. Sogard looking. Tosses it over to Nelson. Long pass. Luke pulls it up and draws an offensive. Nelson fires, blocked. And now we'll go back the other way. Sorry, we will not go back the other way. That will be Greenwich taking it in from a 2-meter. Greenwich getting some rest earlier. Back to play, Ewald. Ewald over to Sogard. Sogard over to Ole. Ole to Wilson. Exclusion, man up. Nice job. 4:45 to go, first period. Kaczynski, Greenwich in a man up situation. Nelson winding up. Nelson, lasso. Kaczynski at 5-meter. Ole over to Sogard. Lefty on the strong side. Looking, pumping. Firing, crossbar. 4:25 to go, first period, no score. Newport, tough squad. These are basically their home waters. Wilson on the ball. Going across. Set D. Nice long pass. Shot clock expiring. Ordinary foul. Newport bring it back into play. Get into center. Nelson. Oh, and good heads up play by Newport to draw first blood at 3:56. First period. Greenwich will reset. Greenwich with a reset. Oh. Substitution. What do we got going?
Go Newport!
Player substitution. Okay, we're back. Ball back to Ewald in the water. Kaczynski. Ball will go to Kaczynski. Sogard, Nelson, Ole, Wilson. Mealy and goal. Sogard fires across to Nelson. Looking over, going in the center. Oh, good effort by Ryan Ole. And Ryan Ole battling. Newport now will bring it up. 3:32, Newport 1, Greenwich nothing. Newport looking to feed the center. Exclusion, man up. That will be on Ewald, his first. Newport 6 on 5. Looking to convert.
He's in the 2.
Nice block and post. So Newport's going to get a fresh shot clock and another round at it. Now we're full strength, both squads. No, beautiful pass just went over. Melee there to stop it. And 2:45 first period, 1-0, Newport leads. Bartusek is in for Ewald. Kaczynski. Kaczynski over to Sogard. Ordinary. Sogard looking. Nelson's wide open at the other side. Ole trying to reel it in, can't. And now we'll go back the other way. If you're just joining, Greenwich is in the dark caps, defending the eastern goal versus Newport. Newport defending the western goal in white caps. 2:15 to go, first period. Newport up 1. Greenwich yet to score. Great job by Sogard and Wilson. Double teaming set. And now Melee will distribute. And if you're watching and can drop a quick chat message to me, let me know how we're doing with the picture and the sound. Ball over Bartusek. Bartusek over to Sogard. Sogard looking. We've got Kaczynski and Nelson over there. And Newport will pick the ball back up. Greenwich will get back on D. 1:33 to go. Newport. Beautiful stop by Melee. Incredible job by Ryan Melee. And now we'll go back the other way. Melee. Absolutely playing incredible tournament. Nelson. Nelson over to Ole. Ole firing at Kaczynski. Kaczynski on the weak side now. Over to Ole. Across the pool to Sogard was by himself. Just goes over, tried to do a high shot. And now Newport will go back the other way. Still 1-0. Newport leads. 1 minute in the first period to go. Newport on offense, moving up the pool. Nelson set D, battling. Shot clock expiring. Blocked. Incredible job. Ryan Ole gets a finger on it. Hit the post, it looked like, and Melee was able to reel it back in. 28 seconds to go, first period. Score is 1-0. Melee distributes up to Bartusek. Bartusek across the pool to Nelson. Over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski back in his position. Sogard on the strong side. Center to Wilson. Wilson looking to get it. Exclusion. Wilson draws the exclusion. Now it's man up for Greenwich. They need to convert with 9 seconds left to go. Ball goes back into play. Nelson, Kaczynski, 7 seconds. Back to Kaczynski, over to Nelson. Nelson over to Ole. And Ole drills it in to tie the game 1-1 at the finish. And that will wrap up the first quarter. I don't know about you, but that was an intense first quarter. The fastest 7 minutes ever. So welcome back. I think they're going to put a second or two back on the clock. You got to watch out. That was it. Okay, so they put a second back on the clock. Greenwich is going to come in, and we have a tie game 1-1. We'll be back in a minute. You don't want to miss this action. We're about to begin the second quarter of play, a tie game between these two squads. Aquatics comes back out. We've got Ewald, Nelson, Fahey, Bartusik, Delane, Mealy in goal. So Coach Jamie rotating in with players. We're about to begin. Tyler Fahey will lead our swim off.
Go, boys.
Off we go. Tyler Fahey, rising senior. And Fahey will scrap it, and it'll just go Newport's way, but not without some effort and energy expended. Newport in white, defending the western goal. They are on offense right now. Luke Nelson applying pressure. Battle in front of the net, as you can see. Newport moving the ball around. Second period of play, tie game. Feed in the center. You got Ole there. You got Nelson. They're going to do an exclusion. Can't see the cap. Looks like Ewald, cap 5. That's his, I think, his second. Newport looking. And Newport just places it up at the post. And they'll run it in, and Greenwich has its work cut out for them. 2-1, Newport leads by 1.
Let's go, Greenwich!
Aquatics. Resetting. Delane back to Bartusik. Bartusik over to Sogard. Cross to Ole. Ryan Ole to Luke Nelson. Exclusion. No, they call that an offensive foul. How, I do not know. And now Newport will work the ball up. Newport. 5:53 to go, second period. They look to feed it in. And call it 5 meter. It will be a 5 meter. And a yellow card was pulled.
Let's go, Mealy!
Ryan Mealy on a 5 meter. Newport leads 2-1. And Newport will make that count to make it 3-1. Aquatics will reset.
Let's go, Greenwich!
Greenwich resetting. Bartusik. Bartusik across to Fahey. Fahey up to Sogard. Sogard in the middle. Ole is going to rip it up. And Ryan Ole with a country club lob narrows the gap 2-3. Newport up by 1. Nice job by Ryan.
Let's go, Greenwich!
Newport will look to answer. Newport looking the ball in. Nelson on D, applying pressure. And Newport fires from 5 meters to make that count, to now make it 4-2. Greenwich will reset.
Let's go, Greenwich!
Substitution. Ryan Ole. We've got Kaczynski coming in for Sogard. Bartusik. Bartusik looking to find the open player, finds Ole. Ole over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski will chase it down. Over to Fahey. Fahey's taking advantage of the open water. Back to Kaczynski. Kaczynski looking back to Fahey. Shot clock. Oh, Oh, Delane can't quite get the angle. 4:45 to go, second period. Newport leads by 2 to score 4-2. Greenwich wants a win here. Second period. Bartusik battling in the hole. Newport shoots again and scores 5-2. And the boys from Mason Street are going to have to get something going in the second period. 4:24 to go. Newport with a 3-point lead.
Let's go, Greenwich!
In the water, Ryan Ohl, Luke Nelson, Chandler Bartusik, Chase Wilson, Charlie Kaczynski, Tyler Fahey. Mile in goal. Newport will substitute. 2 players, and Greenwich will reset. Bartusik, pressure being applied. Strong coverage by this Newport squad. Kaczynski over to Fahey. Fahey across the pool to Nelson. Nelson can't get an arm on it. Now we go back the other way. 4:06 to go. 5-2. Greenwich trails by 3. Newport moving the ball up. Mile, ball shot right in Mile's body. Mile stops it. And now we'll go back the other way. A little bit of a rodeo. Mile, 3:35 to go. Second period. 5-2. Greenwich needs to put some in the back of the net. Ordinary foul. Greenwich looking. Ohl there. Ohl looking to Wilson. Wilson can't get a hand on it. And now we'll go back the other way. 3:16 to go, second period. 5-2. Newport just powers it in. 6-2. Timeout called. Greenwich is going to reset. We're in a timeout, 3:06 to go. Newport dropping them in, 6-2. Greenwich needs to start scoring. Okay, Greenwich back in the water. Nelson, Ohl, Wilson, Kaczynski, Ewald, Bartusik. Sorry. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, sorry, Fahey. And looks like Mile or Bartusik will pick the ball up. Bartusik will pick the ball up. Over to Kaczynski. Kaczynski. Look. Look. Ordinary foul. We'll go across to Ohl. Ohl making some space for himself. Ohl to Nelson. Exclusion, man up for Greenwich now. Greenwich needs to quickly convert. Over to Ohl. Over to Kaczynski. Bartusik over to Kaczynski. Bartusik. Back to Ohl. Back to Kaczynski. Kaczynski's going to fire it. Oh, goes to Bartusik. Bartusik. Wilson can't quite get out of the water to kind of drop that shot in. 6-2, 2:24 to go in the second period. Greenwich needs to make something happen. Ordinary foul. Newport firing and make it 7-2. Greenwich has got to start shooting the ball.
Let's go, Greenwich!
substitution. Sogard coming in for Fahey. Greenwich will reset.
Let's go, Greenwich.
Bartusik. Bartusik with the ball. Bartusik goes back to Melee. Newport applying pressure. Ol to Sogard, over to Bartusik. Bartusik into Wilson. Wilson fires! And Chase Wilson at 147 makes it 3-4. So they narrow the gap, but it is still a gap of 4. Newport will reset. In the water, Wilson, Nelson, Ol, Delane, Bartusik, Sogard. Nelson. Sogard. I don't honestly believe how that could have been an exclusion, but exclusion on Bartusik. Newport just quickly converting 8-3. Greenwich down by 5. This is every bit the match it was billed up to be. Greenwich has got to start scoring. In the water, Luke Nelson, Ryan Ol, Jack Delane, Chase Wilson, Vilas Sogard, Ewald back at set D. Ball back to Ewald. Ewald to Sogard. Sogard in the center. Wilson just battling exclusion now. Man up for Greenwich. Greenwich needs to move quickly. Ol back to Nelson. Sogard. Nelson. Sogard. Sogard fires. Skip shot, and Ol will pick it back up. Ol brings it back into play. Greenwich gets a fresh clock. Luke Nelson fires, and Luke finds it back of the net to narrow the gap. Luke Nelson, 4-8. We need more of that, please. 40 seconds to go, second period. Greenwich still very much in this. You're going to have to start shooting. Shot blocked by Wilson. 23 seconds to go. Exclusion on, let's look at exclusion on Ewald. No, Ryan Ol, my bad. Ryan Ol, Ryan Mealy were excluded. No, I'm sorry. Ryan Mealy and Ewald were excluded. So it was a 4-on-2. Newport does not wait for a second. They shoot it. 9-4. Greenwich needs to light it up.
Let's go, Greenwich.
Luke Nelson. Nelson fires. Top right. They're not going to go in. And at the end of the second period, Newport, having a field day that period, makes it 9-4. Greenwich has got its work cut out for them. We'll now switch sides. about to move into the third period. Scores 9-4. Greenwich trails by 5. They're going to have to get something going. Coach Jamie, some last-minute advice. This tough Newport squad. In the water, Luke Nelson, Vilas Sogard, Chase Wilson, Jack Delane, John Magdakalitsa, Cap 9 is in, and Ryan Ohl will lead the swim-off. Ryan Mille in goal. We're getting ready to start third period of play. And we're off. Greenwich now will be defending the western goal. Ohl takes it back to Magdakalitsa. 6:59, start of the third period. 9-4. Strong Newport squad. Luke Nelson. Nelson looking. Very strong D by Newport. They back off over to Sogard. Sogard. Ball in. Ordinary foul. Ohl fires it off the crossbar. Sogard will chase it down. Sogard looking. Over to Nelson. Fresh shot clock. 6:30 to go, third period. Nelson, sorry, can't get the angle there. There we go. Delane isn't set. Nelson fires, blocked by Newport. And the goalie will take it in. 6:15 to go, 9-4. Magdakalitsa. Ryan Ohl. Ordinary. Newport placing it. Five-meter coming over the back of the player. That'll be on Delane. Newport will take the penalty shot. Sorry, I can't get you a full angle here. I'm kind of up in the stands. Ryan Mille to be tested again. Ball goes to the post. Ohl is there to stop it. Great job. So Greenwich lives to fight another day. Great job. Sometimes the goal works to your advantage. Sometimes it doesn't. The goal post. Greenwich on the offense. Luke Nelson. Nelson going across to Sogard. Sogard. Nelson. Over to Magdakalitsa. Sorry, over to Ryan Ohl. Ryan Ohl with the backhand. Tried to slip one in. That was not going to happen. And now Newport responds. 5:17 to go, third period. 9-4. Greenwich trails by 5. Shot. Post. Newport just has a number of shooters. And Greenwich just isn't able to dial this in. 10-4. 5:02. 4 new bodies for Newport in the water. Will that help Greenwich? Let's see.
Let's go, Greenwich!
Kaczynski's back in for Greenwich in the water. Luke Nelson, Jack Delane, John Magdakalitsa, Chase Wilson at set, Ryan Ohl, Charlie Kaczynski, Mille in goal. Back to Magdakalitsa, over to Nelson. Newport blocking the shot and a quick transition. And now we'll go back the other way. Kaczynski on D, applying pressure. Ordinary foul, he'll back off. Newport, 4:35 to go, third period. Nice block by, it looked like either Magdakalitsa or Ohl. Newport, another shot at it on the rebound. Greenwich starting to apply pressure. fresh shot clock. That ball does not go in. And Newport just grits it out and back over the back shoulder to make it 11-4 at 4:01 to go. Coach Jamie. He brings in Bartusek and Wilson. Back to Bartusek and Nelson. Nelson. Pressure being applied. Bartusek. Bartusek brings the ball into play. Ole is there. Ole. Another country club lob, but they'll count it. Just barely squeaks in. Nice job by Ryan Ole to narrow the gap to within 6. 11-5. Newport leading. Third period. 3:43 to go.
That's it, Greenwich.
In the water, Nelson, Delane, Bartusek, Wilson, Ole, Kaczynski, Mile in goal. Newport passing the ball around, wide formation. And offensive foul. And now Mile will bring it up. Greenwich needs to capitalize. 3:10 to go, third period. 11-5, Luke Nelson. Nelson brings it over to Delane. Delane looks, pressure being applied heavily in the center to Wilson. Wilson trying to battle it. Wilson still has possession of the ball. Ordinary foul, exclusion, man up, Greenwich now up. Delane back to Nelson, 6-on-5. Ole to Delane. Nelson. Nelson shoots, blocked. 2:40 to go, 11-5. Newport launches the ball up, far side. Almost unopposed. And exclusion, man up, exclusion on Ole, man up for Newport, timeout called. So they're going to think about it. 2:23 to go, third period. Newport 11, Greenwich 5. Greenwich has got its work cut out for them. This game is every bit as difficult as the boys expected this morning. We'll keep the mic hot. This will be the last game for Greenwich today. We will post the new games for tomorrow. I do not know what that looks like yet. I apologize, but we will post that on the YouTube channel, so be sure to check it in the next couple of hours. You'll see links for tomorrow's game or games. And if we find out what time that is during this broadcast, we will relay that information to you at home. Newport in possession of the ball, man-up situation for Newport. 2:23 to go, third period. Newport bringing the ball in play. Goalie will take it in. Greenwich playing a man down. And Newport just kind of has its way with the team. And Newport makes it 12-5. .212 to go.
Let's go, Greenwich.
In the water, Sogard, Bartusek, Wilson, Magda Kalitsa, Kaczynski, and Ole. Mile in goal, Bartusek. Magda Kalitsa over to Sogard. Sogard looking, there's just no open players. Wilson trying to get it. Wilson, there's 4 caps around one person. Greenwich still has possession of the ball. Wilson brings it back into play, gets it to Ole. Ole fires it. That skips and goes over the crossbar. Now we'll go back the other way. Newport bring the ball back into play. 1:35 to go, third period. 12-5. Newport shoots crossbar. Ole will pick it up. He'll run it up the pool. We'll go up to Bartusik. Bartusik looking to find the open man. Finds Sogard. Ordinary. Sogard backs off. Over to Ole. Wilson looking, find Kaczynski. Kaczynski trying to place it. Shot clock expires. So he kind of looked to place it to Wilson. Long pass for Newport. Look to pick it up. Ole's there. We go across the pool. Ordinary. No penalty. Newport. Newport into set. Sogard just punched the ball out. You're going to call that on Sogard, but he basically punched the ball. And Newport doesn't even wait. Just a quick transition. There's no setup. They just kind of quickly transition. But not to be on this score, but it's 12-5. 17 seconds to go, third period. And Sogard coming back in. Ole to Kaczynski. Over to Sogard. Clock expiring. Wilson there. Greenwich just can't get it in. And that will end the third period where Newport leads 12-5. We'll be back. Ryan Ole will lead the swim off this fourth period, followed by Kaczynski, followed by Bartusik, followed by Delane, Magda Kalitsa, and I'm guessing Luke Nelson. Yeah. And it's the fourth period, 12-5. Greenwich has got a lot of work to do. Ole will win the swim off. He'll go back to Kaczynski. Kaczynski will pick it up. He'll shoot it over to Bartusik, and Greenwich will get into position. Magda Kalitsa with the ball. Mags over to Nelson. Ordinary over to Kaczynski. Long pass. He's going to have to go chase it down. He does. He'll get it back into play. Go over to Ole. Ole looking. Ole trying to find a spot in the centers. Well, the Delane or Bartusik, and changing control. 6:26 to go, fourth period. Battling is Ole. Ordinary foul. Ball still possession of Newport. Kaczynski now will apply pressure. Newport. They shoot, that goes off the crossbar. Now they're gonna come down, chase it down. Delane is at set D. Bartusic engages. Newport looking into their spot. Boys in covering. Delane was there. Beautiful stop by Ryan. Mealy swats it away. And that goes out. So Newport will now bring it in from the 2 meter. So you'll see the ball come in from behind the Tommy Bahama umbrella. And we're back in play. Newport with the ball. Battling, 5:44 to go, 4th period. You've got Kaczynski, Nelson, and Bartusic. They call an ordinary foul. Newport gets another shot at this. And Newport fires to make it 13-5 at 5:26.
Let's go, Greenwich.
In the water is Magda Kalitsa, Bartusic, Delane, Kaczynski, Ole, and Emil Sogard. Brian Mealy in goal. 13-5. Aquatics will bring it back into play. Delane over to Fahey. Across to Kaczynski. Kaczynski. And finally, exclusion for drowning Charlie and a timeout called. And the referee and the coach is wondering why that happened. So the boys will go back to their bench. Newport's attempt to do a ball under, but didn't work. $13-5, 4:40 remains in this 4th and final period. The Greenwich faithful up in the stands. The hardest game of this tournament for Aquatics by far. We know you are all cheering for us from afar. So coming off of a close victory this morning, this game is everything it was billed up to be. Greenwich has possession of the ball. Coach Jamie calling the timeout. And the ball will go from Mealy to Kaczynski. Kaczynski cross to Magda Kalitsa. Kaczynski to Sogard. Fahey on the weak side. Fahey in the center to Delane, and Delane tried his hardest, and Newport blocking that. 4:21 to go, 13-5. Newport calling for it, ball in the center, and now Emil will be penalty, and Newport look for a quick transition, but Mealy.
Great job, Ryan.
Mealy, quick heads-up play, stops that ball from going anywhere else. 4 minutes left. 13-5. Greenwich behind by 8. Ball up. Magda Kalitsa. Magda Kalitsa looking for an open man. Tight coverage by Newport. Newport looking. They go over. Kaczynski trying to go grab it. Can't get it. And now we'll go back the other way. 3:34 to go. 13-5. 4th period. Ball over. Magda Kalitsa. Sogard will engage. Delane engaging. And they're going to call a 5-meter. So now Mealy gets tested again.
Let's go, Ryan.
Mealy. Mealy stops it. Beautiful job by Ryan. 13-5. Nice job by Ryan. keeping the game kind of as it is. Emil looking for a spot, finds Kaczynski. Kaczynski picks it up and looks across the pool. Gonna go to Fahey. Fahey will pick it up. 2:58 to go. Pressure being applied. Jack Delane. And Jack Delane makes it happen.
Way to go, Jack!
So Delane pops it in to narrow the gap. 6-13. Newport sends in 3 new bodies, it looks like. Aquatics will send in 1 new body. Vilas Sogard coming in for Kaczynski. Newport resetting. 2:18 to go, 4th period. Delane applying pressure. Sogard applying pressure. And nice job. Looks like Delane came up with it. Little disruption caused. Bartusik is in. Sorry, that was Fahey that came up with it. And Magda Kalica will launch it up. Oh, Delane, good effort. Kind of a sort of backward shot. Good try at 1:43. Good job by Jack Delane. Newport bringing the ball back up. 1:35 to go. Newport, pressure being applied by Sogard. Bartusik applying pressure. And Sogard with a quick breakaway. Can he make it happen? Flushes it back to his brother Emil. Emil and Vilas. Emil with the ball. Emil goes over. And Fahey is there. Fahey's going to fire it. Oh, he just 2-on-1. Fahey trying to do it. Delane fires, blocked. 57 seconds to go, but a great effort by this Greenwich squad. Greenwich takes it in from 2 meter. Great job. Tyler Fahey across the pool to Sogard. Sogard reels it in. Sogard looking over to Emil. Emil Sogard. Emil over to Magda Kalica. He'll fire it, and he does, and that gets blocked. 39 seconds to go. 13-6 as the seconds count down. Probably 1 more possession for Greenwich. Newport will, surprised they're not playing keep away, but seconds. Newport taking its time. Long pass. Emil Sogard comes over. And Sogard. Shot clock expires. Greenwich will pick it up. And Emil will pick the ball up. Looking for the open man. And that's it. And that will wrap it up. So Greenwich does not win this one. And Greenwich will finish with 6, Newport 13. So that'll wrap it up from here. We'll post games in the next couple hours to see kind of who we play and at what time. Signing off from Tustin, California, Richard Kaczynski. Have a good evening all.